Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes again. We're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Aquarius. That's Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of March 2025. Before we get started and dive into that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Welcome to this wonderful community of like-minded souls. For my tried and true who have been with me for years, thank you so much for walking this rather circuitous path together. It means the world to me. And welcome and thank you for those of you who have chosen to become a member of this channel. I appreciate your support, and we will have some really good things coming up shortly for you. All right, so let's get started. Before we dive into the astrology and then the card reading, I just want to make a couple of points. These readings are good for the sun, the moon, the rising. So apologies for repeating what I've done in the other readings, but I think it's necessary for everybody to hear this. So we're in the month of March. March is the third month of the year, and the three vibration. Um, is a vibration of manifestation. The three in the tarot is the Empress card. This is a Venus card. We can see Venus right there. And Venus actually starts the month on the first by going retrograde in the sign of Aries. So Venus is a big player this month, as well as the fact that we're in a 3 month. This is the path on the tree of life um, that deals with creative visualization. And so your power, on the path there. See that green path between the black and the silver Sephiroth or circles on that on the right there. That's the path of the Empress. She sits pretty much right there. And so it is associated with the third eye. So your third eye is, well, all our third eyes are activated this month. Now, of course, we're in a 9 universal year vibration. This is the card. This will be the card for the entire year. This is a card of healing. It's also a card of sharing your knowledge, shining your light. And it is, as a 9, a time when we are separating the wheat from the chaff. What do we want to keep and what do we want to let go of? And then when you add these two vibrations together, you get the specific vibration for March 2025, which is this card, which is the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man is associated with the planet Neptune. Neptune moves into Aries at the end of this month. Neptune has not been in Aries for about 150 years. So it's a whole new energy coming in, and Aries is the sign of the emergence of consciousness. And so we have the month to help us figure out what it is we want to focus on. What kind of world do we want to see? To put our intentions forward in that, take steps that we can take to get there, and leave the rest up to the universe, because we don't have a whole lot of power here, but we do have power. And it's the power that most people don't see as necessarily as power, but it is our greatest power, and that's the power of intention, attention, okay, and letting go. All right. I could probably stop now, right? All right. No, I won't. Dive into the astrology. All right, here we go. Let me make this nice and big. Come on, baby. Come on. You can do it, computer. All right. So here we have the chart for Aquarius. And you'll notice that the majority of the energy is down here. This is the second and third house. For Aquarius, it's the house of resources and your sense of self-worth and self-esteem. And then the third house, which is the house of the mind, the logical mind, sort of the left brain. So there's a lot of energy. It is below the horizon for you. So this is a more internally oriented time. We can see Pluto there in your first house, going to be there for the next 19 years, so that's not going anywhere. We have Uranus still in your fourth house. It's going to be in Taurus all month. Let's see. Here's Neptune. Neptune starts the month in Pisces. makes conjunctions to the sun, makes conjunctions to Mercury. Does it make a conjunction to Venus? That I'm not sure of. That I'm not sure of. But um, the North Node now is in Pisces. We'll keep that in mind. That just happened in January. It shifted from Aries, third house, now into the second house of your resources and your resourcefulness. We have, it is eclipse season this month. So we have a full moon, a lunar eclipse at the beginning of the month. That's at 24 degrees of Virgo with the sun at 24 degrees of Pisces. This is the axis of healing. And Pisces Virgo is the axis of healing. And in your chart, it's moving or near that along the axis of values, the second and eighth house, life and death, resources that you have and resources that you share. And so there's a healing that can happen with this full moon lunar eclipse. These are the eclipses that we have now at this time of the year are North Node eclipses. And when you have North Node eclipses, you're being asked to move into the unknown future. Unknown future. Okay. Let's see. Jupiter is in your fifth house still. It went direct last month, so now it's moving direct in Gemini. Mars also moved direct last month, the 23rd of February, I believe. Now that is still in your sixth house. You still have to be very careful around your health. Normally, Mars spends about 6 weeks in a house, and because of its retrograde motion, it's spending about 6 months there. So this is a time, and it is in water, so it could be emotional health more than actual. Well, I mean, you can't have physical health and emotional disease and consider yourself healthy, right? And of course, it's Cancer. Mars is irritating. It could also be stomach issues, so just be aware of that. The sun starts in Pisces, moving into Aries. When it moves into Aries, of course, we start spring here. It's the equinox. It's when we have the equal day and equal night. Always a very powerful time of the year. And we have a lot of planets this year, especially sort of moving back and forth over the cusp of the great cosmic sea, the great sort of where everything is undifferentiated, and then things moving into Aries, creating this emergence of a new energy. And then, but then it goes back into Pisces. So it's sort of there's this sort of energy happening all year, but this month especially because we're in the season of Pisces and uh, and Aries. Mercury goes retrograde on the very first day at 11 degrees of Aries and will retrograde back into Pisces. Uh, she likes being in Pisces. And retrograde is a reimagining, reevaluating. It's a reevaluation of our values, really is what it is. We have Mercury go retrograde on the 15th of March. Beware the Ides of March, yes. And then eventually goes back into Pisces as well. So we can see that these planets that are um, um, between Pisces and Aries are going back and forth like this. And at the beginning of the year, we had the node move into Pisces from Aries. So this theme of Aries and Pisces is very, very powerful at this time. And most of it's happening under cover for you. You notice there's not a whole lot of things up here. We do have the full moon, yes, but most of what's going on for you is going to be within you. Okay, let's see what's going on. We have Venus retrograde in Aries. Then we have Mercury make a conjunction to Neptune. Neptune's at the last degree of Pisces. We have the sun conjunct Saturn. That starts a whole new synodic cycle of Sun Saturn. That happens at 23 of Pisces. So if you have anything at these degrees, any planet in any of the signs at these degrees, something it will be affected. But of course, you'd have to see you'd have to know your chart, right? Okay. We have the full moon at 24 Virgo. Mercury stationing retrograde at 10 of Aries. After that, the sun conjoins Neptune. And then at 30 degrees of Pisces, right? And then ingresses into Aries. The sun then conjuncts Venus at 3 degrees of Aries. Venus is moving backwards. The sun's moving forward. Venus is moving back because they sort of like meet, whoop, and that starts a new Venus star point, Venus and Aries star point, and Venus becomes a morning star. And when she's a morning star, she's tends to be much more aggressive, much more willing to fight for who she loves and for what's important to her. So keep that in mind, folks. And of course, Venus is the energy of the feminine. The sun will conjunct retrograde Mercury at 5 degrees of Aries. This is the highlight of the Mercury retrograde cycle, um, and then it's gonna move back into Pisces actually by the end of the month, um, and then conjoin Neptune. So it's going to conjoin Neptune, and then right after that, Neptune moves into Aries. So it's like there's a lot of this energy of like ships passing in the night, but it's going to be a phenomenal month. Aquarius, I know fixed air, your classical ruler Saturn, Saturn and Pisces, Saturn conjoining the sun. That's a big deal. Your modern ruler Uranus sitting here. Um, Uranus is trine this full moon. So Uranus is very active as well from the fourth to the eighth house here. So it's going to be an emotionally intense month. It's going to be a month where our time is better spent focusing on the world that we want to see, taking the steps, letting everything else go, putting all our energy into our vision, because we are in a Hanged Man month, and so forward motion is is really not an option for anybody, for those who are looking to make things better and for those who are looking to make things worse, right? So there's a big rethink coming. And then, of course, we have the eclipses. We have a new moon. We have the full moon eclipse, and then we have a new moon in Aries, 9 degrees of Aries. Um, New moons are about new beginnings. When we have solar eclipses like this, it can be somebody who was in power is no longer in power through this period. So just keep that in mind. It can be anywhere. There's certainly a lot of power shifts going on right now. So we'll see how that precipitates out, as it were. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Let's stop the share and let's do card reading. All right, I have my Guardians of the Night tarot here, and we'll see what's up for Aries. Sorry, Aquarius. What's up for Aquarius? I know who I'm talking to. I just have to look up and see what painting I put up there, and that's definitely Aquarius. Aquarius is a Uranian ruled sign. Uranus rules lightning. Those flashes of brilliance that you guys are so well known for. All right, just one more shuffle. These are kind of unwieldy. If I go too fast, they end up all over the floor. And then it's even more time. Okay. All right. We start with the Nine of Cups. So starting the month, you have a sense of fulfillment, that your dreams are coming true. Um, it's interesting that I believe the peacock uses the feathers, right, to attract females. But it's also protective, with all those eyes watching you. All right. Sometimes it feels like somebody's watching me. You're being watched, Aquarius. We have the Two of Swords challenging that. The Two of Swords is generally it can be a stalemate, but it can be trouble making a decision. Um, you're at a crossroads of some sort. Let's see what the root of that is. Oops. Uh-oh. The root is I can't hold on to my cards. The devil. Devil. Um, the devil is an addiction card, right? So the question is, what are you addicted to? What are you addicted to? What is it that keeps you from shining your light? Is it too many cups? Is it too much of a good thing that prevents you from making the change that's necessary? Let's see what's in the past. The Page of Cups. Oh, look at that cute little capybara. Boop, boop, boop. Um, a message. A message from the past. A message from the past. Emotional. Maybe a promise of something in the sky. The Empress. This is about abundance. So the Empress is there for you. It's abundant. So there's more abundance. You're surrounded by abundance. But I don't like this devil card at the bottom. It's important that you're grateful for what you have. That's a message I just got. In the immediate future, we have the Queen of Wands. This is really the card for the month. This is having dominion over your spirit. This is about being the queen of your domain, right? It's a very sensual card. It's a powerful card. You are the keeper of the hearth fire. Okay. How it's seen from the outside, the Five of, is it cups? Wands, the Five of Wands. So um, this is a beaver damming up the water, right? So it's a fight there's a lot of disruption causing things to break apart, perhaps. I feel like this is people's view of like the world just like falling apart, really. Let's see your domestic situation. We have the Four of Swords. This says to rest, to rest. Protect yourself. Find a nice protective place and take a nap. Calm the mind, calm the mind. There's a part of me that thinks the devil is the situation that we're all in right now. We feel like the light is fading and that we can't, that things that's only going to get darker and darker and darker. So that could be at the root of it. It could be this card, besides addiction, can be depression, like a depressive card. But it's also a powerful card. It's the 15, the devil is there to show us we have a choice between the light and the dark. That the idea that there's no choice is an illusion. Uh, hopes and fears, the sun. You want things to be seen. You want things to be illuminated. You're hoping for illumination. And the outcome? Ooh, the Ace of Cups. So not good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, let's see. Let's continue if I can get a major arcana. The Ten of Wands, you are going to feel somewhat burdened, but there is the vision. There is good news coming. There is good news coming this month. The Three of Wands, this is, kind of waiting for your ship to come in, but it's also taking the opportunity as it comes. And then lastly, the Three of Pentacles. So this is working with others who are very good at what they do. There's a lot of stamina. There's a lot of staying power with this card. I like that. So generally, it's really the cards are actually quite fantastic for you. The devil at the root can also be, um, well, it's a choice between the light and the dark. Are you going to focus on the darkness, or are you going to focus on the light? And in the month of March, it's really the light within, because of that hangman energy. It's about looking within. We have Mercury retrograde. It's about looking within. We have Venus retrograde. It's about looking within, right? Underneath it is the Six of Swords, wanting to move away, wanting to move to calmer waters. The Magician having the focus and intention to do that, and the Hierophant. Um, for those of you who may work in the government, um, these are all very good cards for that. It's a lot of the weirdness that was going on in February with the government workers and things like that. Feel like that is moving out of the whatever it is, out of the picture, so to speak. It's not the main story. Of course, here in the States, we do have to get the budget passed, so that's going to be an issue. But um, if you're one of those people, it looks like it's going to get better for you. And that could be what this is about. This could be a specific reading for a specific Aquarius. You got the devil, the devil's in the details, but everything else in the cards indicates success. So know that, know that. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is I want to pull a spirit animal oracle card. What does Aquarius need to be aware of in the month, in the merry, merry month of March? Actually, here in New England, March is like mud season. And I didn't grow up in New England. I actually grew up in New Jersey and went to school in New York. So I was like a New York metropolitan gal, I guess. And and we just had, four seasons. But when you come to New England, you realize that there's winter and then there's mud season. It's like the beginning of spring, but it's not quite spring. I bought my first pair of like those duck boots, so I when I moved here. I love New England. It's a beautiful place, full of amazing people. All right. We have rhinoceros spirit. Rhinoceros. Overcoming any obstacle. I'm telling you, these cards say that it's a big deal. There's a big problem, but all the other cards in the deck says it doesn't matter. You're going to succeed anyway. You're going to succeed anyway because you know what you're good at and you know who to go to who are good at what they do. And I feel like, when somebody tries to do something against a group of people, it just strengthens the people. They come together. They don't acquiesce. We're not acquiescing. Okay, let's see what Rhinoceros Spirit says. Okay, here we go. Whoops, sorry. Oh dear. All right. LMNOP. Overcome any obstacle. I'll hold it up. It's a beautiful card. These cards are by Colette Baron Reed. She always has the best art on her cards. Um, we always have the choice to press ahead, and Rhino Spirit's strength offers you the power to break through stubborn obstacles. This animal spirit knows there is more than one way to open a path to what you seek. When Rhino Spirit appears, you are reminded that you have a marvelous ability to overcome obstacles in multiple ways by going around them, shattering them with the force of clear, deliberate intentions, or even transforming them into clouds that drift away by refusing to allow them to limit you. Apply your rhino spirit with creativity, and no obstacle can stand. For you have the magic to make and many ways to make it. Your power is awesome right now. Awesome. Um, it says, and this is the protective message. So this would be the more sort of negative message, but always willing to talk about it, right? The appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers you a choice. Barrel into it and bang your head, or find your easiest way around it and don't fight it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Are you stubbornly insisting that there is only one way to remove it from your path? Rhino Spirit is here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it is no, not yet. And sometimes it is no, not the way you think it should be. Open to new possibilities. One way or the other, you're going to succeed. So that's the story. Have yourself a wonderful month. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Hydrate, the usual stuff. Self-care, self-care, self-care. This is a time, and this is a really great time to meditate. So that's a special gift for you guys anyway. All right, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again next month. Until then, namaste.